The palace says it respects Congress's mandate in the first impeachment complaint filed against President Bongbong Marcos. Lawyer Andre De Jesus submitted on Monday, January 19, the impeachment complaint against the president over his alleged involvement in a 2025 corruption scheme concerning unprogrammed appropriations, among other issues. The impeachment complaint was endorsed by House Deputy Minority Leader and Pusong Pinoy Party List Representative Journey Nisay. In response to this, the Presidential Communications Office in a statement says the palace recognizes that the filing of complaints is part of the democratic process provided for under the Constitution. It adds that it trusts that Congress will discharge its duties with honesty, integrity, and fidelity to the rule of law. It further states that the President fully upholds the Constitution and remains confident in the strength of the country's democratic institutions. Former Department of Public Works and Highway Secretary Manuel Bonoan admits that the grid coordinates of flood control projects that they submitted to Malacanang was only a locational multi-year programming scheduling or MIPS. During the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee's flood control probe on Monday, January 19, Bonoan explains that MIPS is different from as-stake coordinate, which is the basis for a contract. Senate Blue Ribbon Chair Senate President Pro Tempore Ping Lacson previously claimed that Bonoan deliberately sent wrong grid coordinates of flood control projects to Malacanang, which, according to Lacson, resulted in grossly inaccurate data involving some 421 ghost projects. Bonoan recalls discussing the difference between the MIPS and as-stake plan coordinates with President Bongbong Marcos when he first reported to him his discovery of some ghost flood control projects in Bulacan.
I told the President that some of these are locational, the MIPS are locational coordinates, but there is actually what we have as-stake coordinates, which is the basis of the contract in itself. But having said that, I assured that the President that it's still in the same area, yung project na yan. It's still in the same area. It cannot be in any other area, Mr. Chair.
According to Bonoan, the locational MIPS was just one of the data that they submitted to the President when he requested for the list of 9,855 completed flood control projects from July 2022 to May 2025.
Truth of the matter is, because of the time constraint that we have to submit, I instructed the late Undersecretary Cabral to collate the information that we need to submit to the Office of the President. But nevertheless, what we are saying is actually, aside from coordinates that we are talking about, there are many informations that we have already also submitted to the Office of the President with regard to the projects that we have submitted.
Other information such as the locations and names of the projects, names of contractors, amount of bid and contracts, and starting and completion dates of the projects were also submitted to Malacanang. Former Public Works and Highway Secretary Manuel Bonoan is among the personalities facing plunder complaints in connection with the flood control corruption scandal. According to Department of Justice spokesperson Attorney Polo Martinez, Bonoan is a correspondent of Senator Jinggoy Estrada in the case filed by the National Bureau of Investigation. Martinez says the complaint arose from the alleged anomalous flood control projects and transactions in relation to the projects. Martinez clarifies that the plunder case is not only for a single project or locality. Under the Anti-Plunder Act, plunder is committed by public officials who amass at least 75 million pesos in ill-gotten wealth through a series of criminal acts. According to Martinez, there is no schedule yet for a preliminary investigation of the case and no subpoena has been issued for the former cabinet official as the case has yet to be assigned to a panel of handling prosecutors. Bonoan is facing the plunder complaint alongside Senator Jinggoy Estrada, former Senator Bong Revilla, and former Bicol Party List Representative Saldico. Only 14 out of the 421 projects initially tagged as ghost flood control projects have so far been confirmed to be truly non-existent, according to the Department of Justice. Senate Blue Ribbon Committee Chair Senate President Pro Tempore Ping Lacson previously accused former Department of Public Works and Highways Chief Manuel Bonoan of providing grossly inaccurate data on the 421 alleged ghost projects. During the resumption of the Blue Ribbon Committee hearing on Monday, January 19, DOJ Acting Chief Frederick Vida says the DOJ has identified 14 out of 421 ghost flood control projects.
Sa kasalukuyan po, 14 po yung projects na identified na ng Department of Justice sa pamamagitan po ng pagkalap ng iba't ibang pirasong ebidensya, pirasong ebidensya. Kaya po ito po yung nakasalang na. 14 po na projects na sa amin pong kami po ay kumbinsido na ghost projects. Ito po ay hinugot dun sa unang listahan po na 421. Dun sa iba po na 421 projects, hindi pa po kami kumbinsido na ghost projects sila at patuloy po kami nagkakalap ng iba't ibang ebidensya para masigurado siyang ghost project.
For his part, DPWH Undersecretary Ricardo Bernabe III in the same hearing says the projects that are already the subject of cases before the Office of the Ombudsman and the Sandigan Bayan are confirmed ghost projects.
Mr. Chair, just to set the record straight po, yun po mga naging subject of cases pending na before the Ombudsman or Sandigan Bayan. Ito po ay talagang mga ghost projects po. So aside from the issue na meron nga po mga wrong coordinates, meron pa rin po talagang ghost projects.
According to VIDA, 2 of the 14 confirmed ghost projects are already the subject of cases before the Sandigan Bayan. The Philippine National Police says it is reviewing possible criminal and administrative cases against cops who may have helped gaming tycoon Atong Ang evade arrest. Ang is wanted on kidnapping charges of missing sabongeros through warrants issued by the Santa Cruz Laguna Court and the Lipas City Batangas Court last Wednesday and Friday respectively. In a briefing on Monday, January 19, PNP Public Information Chief Brigadier General Randolph Tuanyo discloses that based on the information they gathered, there are police officers who might be assisting Ang. Tuanyo says that Acting PNP Chief Lieutenant General Jose Melencio Nartates Jr. had tasked the Directorate for Investigation and Detective Management with tracking down the officers allegedly aiding Ang.
Kinuha po nila yung profile ng mga individual po sa ating DPRM at pinag-aaralan kasama po yung ating legal service kung ano po yung mga administrative at possibly criminal sanctions po ng mga nabanggit o identified ng mga individual. Sinimula na po yung pag-aaral. Yung posibleng kaso, administrative at criminal, base po doon sa kautosan po ni Chief PNP General Nartates. Patuloy po yung maliban sa mga identified na po natin at patuloy pa po na inaalam po ilan pa po yung mga posibleng tumutulong po sa atin.
Tuanyo did not immediately provide the number of police officers under investigation. However, he confirms there are senior PNP officials among those being investigated, but says he could not disclose their ranks. Tuanyo says they assume that Ang's security personnel are privately hired since he has no records with the Police Security and Protection Group.
Nais po nating linawin, ayon po sa Director ng PSPG, na as far as 2010, ang records po nila, wala pong PSP o Police Security Protector si Mr. Atong Ang or wala siyang pending na application para magkaroon ng security protection.
The Police Security and Protection Group is tasked with protecting national government officials, foreign dignitaries, and delegates at special events. Private individuals may also receive protection from the Police Security and Protection Group if authorized by the unit.